Well, today we've got Ryan Forman joining us to talk a little bit about lead magnets. He's dropping a new ebook today. Ryan, we'll let you take it
Perfect.
away.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to keep this still as a mastermind. I texted Christian last night. I was like, I don't have any structure for this. I'd like to still keep it as a mastermind, but I know we ran a poll in your broadcast channel on whether or not people would like me to talk about lead magnets or talk about creating, editing short form content. So we landed on lead magnets. So I just put a link in there with the ebook and I'll kind of go over it. But my goal of this entire class is just to give you guys some actual steps, help you decide on, you know, the big thing for me at least when I first started, thinking about lead magnets and over at Actually Agents and some of the stuff I set up on the back end, I was struggling with like, hey, you know, what website do we host the landing page on, or how do we even create it? How do you deliver a PDF? How do you even decide on what topic to do? And I find that people just have this entire wall and they think that some crazy task to, oh my God, I have to write a whole thing on like this ebook I wrote right here was just for this group. And this took me 3.5 hours. And it probably could have been sooner if I wasn't, so meticulous with some things. Um, and it's just as simple as going in front of a camera, shooting a long form content video and turning it into an ebook and just having it having it as a wheel in your marketing. So in there, let me kind of screen share real fast and I'll kind of show you guys what this it's
Hang on one
disabled.
second. Let
Hey, I
me.
read that book this morning, by the way. It's great stuff.
Nice. And by the way, I want to
Am I
say
John?
this is I want to keep it as a mastermind. So anyone questions, all welcome. Add to the conversation. If you have something valuable, think something's cool. I don't want it just to be me up here ranting at you guys
Yeah,
to put an ebook
jump in.
together.
Don't worry about putting your hand up.
Do you want me to read? Do you want me to read your ebook to the audience and do funny voices?
Yeah. I'll put it through an AI thing and we'll read it together. Can you guys see
Sounds good.
this?
Yep.
Perfect. So yeah, this is kind of the ebook. And on here, I pretty much just go over, you know, creating lead magnets, like how I made this in Canva. So let me open up my Canva. It took me, like I said, about 3.5 hours, and I can repurpose this. I talk about it in here is um I wrote a newsletter on leads. So I do a weekly marketing newsletter for real estate agents. And was like, okay. So I wrote the newsletter. Then I decided to turn it into an ebook. And this is what you guys are getting here. And I kind of expanded on it, kind of made it get straight into it. Um, so, let me go to the whatever. But like I said, like I made this in Canva and it was absurdly easy to go through. I talk about boom. Like let's say Luca was on here and he kind of talked about putting your YouTube video into AI if you guys were at that class. If not, you guys should watch a recording. It was great. And you can literally, if you don't want to spend 3.5 hours writing this, you could go walk around for 15 minutes, ramble at a camera about a random topic, and just have it done, set it up, figure out what platform you want to host it on. Then what you want to do I add what I kind of go into here is I kind of view lead magnets as not your primary marketing. It complements your marketing. So, if you're posting on social media a lot, this is great because that's marketing. You're reaching all these eyes, but what you should do, have a story, having your highlights, have a, buyer's guide highlight or a I kind of talk about it right here, like game plan, whatever. Just have a highlight reel on your Instagram and just constantly have your ebooks fed into it and just keep it kind of going. And I kind of talk about it in here. You're also going to get decision fatigue on what platform to use. So I kind of talked about free and then also paid, and then why I choose a newsletter over it, which I can kind of get into. But like, look, I kind of say, hey, look, if you're, you know, sending bi-weekly flyers to your farm, add a QR code to your lead magnet. Now you can collect their email addresses and you don't know, you know, you're sending out 1,000 flyers bi-weekly to your local farm and you've been doing that for 6 months and you've had no one call you, or maybe you've had like 3 phone calls saying, yo, you dinged my car, like what's up? that this is something to allow you to collect leads. This is
Okay.
all lead magnets are. Is it just complements everything you're doing. Sometimes I'll cold call agents, and when I'm cold calling agents, because I work as a mortgage broker, I'm saying, hey, look, I don't pitch any one of my programs because that's what everyone does. I pitch them. I say, hey, look, dude, like I run a large community of real estate agents. I do this marketing stuff. Like I got some good stuff. Let me send it to you. What's your email? Like that's my entire cold call. And I just collect their email and they go into my, database, and it just complements. It's just a thing to add on top of what you're doing. So that's how I view lead magnets. If you put your email into that link, like I put into the chat, this ebook will get sent over to you. I could, if you want, I could just
Ryan,
go over this. Did anyone have any questions so far? I kind of just briefed over it, but I didn't get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, well,
I have
first
a
of all,
question.
if it's cool with you, do you mind if we drop the ebook into our private Facebook group for
Yeah,
everybody to
go
have
ahead.
access to?
Drop everything.
Okay.
I'm cool with whatever.
I'll still try and convince them all to give you their email address,
No,
though.
you're good. I made this for you guys, so like you can put it wherever.
Awesome.
Can you
Okay, Sean,
guys hear
go
me?
ahead. Yep.
Oh, you can? Am I choppy still?
No.
No, you're better now.
Way better?
Yeah.
Awesome. Ryan, so where else are you posting this? Like, can people buy this? Is it all free? Is it just like a link you make? I'm just kind of curious. I've also wanted to do something similar to this.
So when you're saying where am I posting this, like how am I delivering it to people? Like when you put in
Yeah,
your
I'm
email.
curious, just like where are you creating it? What platform? Where are you
Okay.
distributing it to? Like, is it just for emails? Is it like a link from your Instagram? What's the main
Yeah.
thing behind this?
So there is a few ways to go about this, but you're distributing it. Like I said, I kind of made this on Canva, but right here I say, okay, so there's 4 types of lead magnets. It is software, information, services, and physical products. Software entails, hey, maybe you have a spreadsheet that helps someone plan their finances. Boom. That's software technically. Information, YouTube videos, whatever, market updates. Services is a bit different. I don't really talk about services or physical products in that, but that is, if you advertise, if your trademark is a 27-minute consult and you want to be super specific with it, and that's what you want to brand yourself around, like a 27-minute preparing to sell console or whatever to help increase your home's value. That's what services would be. And then physical products are open houses. You say, hey, sign in here, get a goodie bag or whatever you guys do. But going into it, how I'm delivering it and making it, PDF, Canva, or any writing software, spreadsheet, obviously Google Sheets or Excel, and then video is YouTube or Loom. And then I'll kind of get into how I'm distributing it. So it is really simple. Um, it's just a matter of doing it. And then there's also finding it online. So for instance, I added a resource here. So basically, all that you have to do to deliver these, you have to have a platform that someone can lie. They hit a page. All you want is their email, in my opinion. You can get their phone number, but it's easier for someone to give you their email. Um, and if they're actually serious about buying like tomorrow, they'll probably contact you anyway. So an email, like a lead magnet, is a long-term game. You want to be collecting emails. You want to have them. I think in here there's like a statistic that a Zillow lead on average is like 8 months. Okay. So if you have a guide that's like, hey, what renovations you need to increase your home's value, they're probably not going to sell tomorrow, but you want to keep in contact with them for 6 months. It's like that's where an email comes in play. You're not going to be doing, let's say you get 100 people that sign up. Are you going to be making 100 phone calls every week and personalizing each email to them? Probably not. So like that is kind of the long-term play on it. But like right here, for instance, I put this like, hey, finding lead magnet. It's super simple. Most of your brokers probably have some ready-made home buyer's guide or just something. It's just a matter of having it there. So when someone stalks your Instagram page, stalks your website, whatever it might be, it's there for them and it might be relevant. So like, for instance, like this, let's go through. It's a link. Like this is an entire home loan toolkit I found on the CFPB website. Some of you might be familiar with this form actually, and it just goes over, comparing interest rates, what to look for on closing disclosures, and all this other stuff. Like that's a lead magnet right there. I didn't even have to make it. It took me, 5 minutes on their website. Look for a downloadable and set it up. I set it up on Google. So you throw your lead magnet. In my opinion, the best way to do it is just throw it into Google. You can you can have a share link, so you can share it, make the link available to everyone that clicks it. Like that's it. Now you just need to figure out how to send people that link or the attachment. That is the entire name of the game. And I kind of get into it on here is picking a landing page. So, there it's hard because I went with a cheaper route. Over at Actually Agents, we have a bit of a interesting setup. We use Zapier, we have Webflow, it's a pain in the ass because we have to have a Zapier flow that's sending out the email, then we have to have a Zapier flow that's putting the emails into our newsletter platform. And it's the only reason we do that is because it gives us the ability to personalize, and honestly it's kind of a pain in the ass, so I wouldn't recommend it. But here I kind of get into, so Kristen sent out an email recommending card.co, and there's also leadpages.com, and this is talked about a lot. And these websites, as far as I'm aware, are amazing, but you're still going to have to take, if you're running, if you're doing lead magnets and the name of your game is just long-term, collect emails, Ricky Caruth, whatever, you're cold calling, getting emails, your whole thing is emails. You're probably going to want to set up your landing page on something like Constant Contact or ConvertKit or MailChimp or anything like that, because it'll automatically put those emails in. Now, if you do use card.co or lead pages, you'll probably want to set up a Zapier automation. I haven't used them, so I might be wrong, but you'll probably want to set up a Zapier integration that puts, when someone signs up, they go into your platform right away. So, for instance, like I kind of said in here, every one of these platforms, whichever one you pick, they're all going to have some resources online that tells you how to send out emails and how to collect email addresses. So like I even talked about here, your best free solution is a landing page. It's Google Forms. You can create a Google form in 3 minutes and collect emails from it. The only problem with it is it won't automatically send out your lead magnet or your link or PDF or whatever that might be. So you have to manually do that, which is okay for a lot of people because, I mean, realistically, you're not doing this to get 300 leads tomorrow. You're doing this to get 300 leads the next 2 years. It's like you kind of got to look at it as this is always circling around. I'm always going to have something new. NAR situation. Heck, you guys could even jump on a camera. Like I said earlier, long form is super in right now. A lot of people are talking about YouTube. I just had a meeting with an agent, and I was laughing because she's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get back into long form." I'm like, it's like a Luca, if he's still in this call, I've referenced this a lot, is he told me marketing is like a pendulum. It kind of swings, everyone's like, do mailer, do the basics. Like, oh my God. And then it's like, nah, dude, you need to do long form. So it sucks because every 6 months to a year, you see all this change and everyone's going in these different directions, which is great. But consistency has the greatest impact on any marketing you do. So this lead magnet and this whole, thing is consistency. Like this page right here was one of my weekly marketing newsletters. So, I do a weekly marketing newsletter for a year. I have 52 articles around like 500 words. That is 52 opportunities for a lead magnet and probably like 300 opportunities for short form videos, tweets, story posts. Like it's all centered around my entire content game is make a newsletter and just boom. It's like that's kind of how I view it. And then as you can kind of look at this, I dive in, I give you a bit of resources on, newsletter platforms, and they're really easy. You set up a landing page. I use ConvertKit. There's guides online, Constant Contact, MailChimp. And the reason these are also nice is because the second you set up a landing page, heck, I mean, there might even be something on like KV Core or like one of these CRMs that let you set up landing pages. You want it to be simple. When someone goes to your link, they should already know what they're expecting. There should be a, you know, go on your Instagram, post a story, say whatever, and explain what they're expecting in the next story. Either have them DM you a message for the link, click the link, whatever, put a little graphic up, and that's it. Like it should be super simple.
That one you did the other day, I love that. That was like a way better advertisement for
Yeah.
this
I
mastermind than you've been doing.
I'm messing with some stuff in the background for advertising lead magnets and how I want to view it. You'll probably see it at Actually Agents. I need to give Luca. I'm talking with him later. I have some ideas on how to kind of market these better. So if you aren't following Actually Agents or me, I'll be rolling some stuff out and you can kind of see my long-term play on it because this is all very new to me, at least for my personal self.
Yeah.
And then over at Actually Agents, we've been kicking it up and kind of trying to get it more, more systems in place, make it more of an actually well-oiled machine. Whereas before we had, we had them. It was a little bit all over the place. So we're working towards that, and this is where my knowledge was born. So
So essentially, what we're doing is trying to find some piece of content that's going to offer value to somebody that they would be willing to trade their email address for.
yes.
So whether that's a newsletter or an ebook or some kind of video,
Mhm.
you want to have it hosted somewhere, and then you want to make a landing page directing
Yeah,
that people can sign up for to get that information.
correct.
So I think where I get lost all the time is like, I can write a newsletter, but then I don't know how to make a landing page that'll just automatically send that to
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah. See, that's where in here, that's why I recommend using, like, do you use Constant Contact or MailChimp or anything like that?
We're MailChimp people.
Yeah, so MailChimp, for instance, BAM, Broke Agent, they run all of their lead page. Actually, no, they changed it over, but they used to use MailChimp lead pages. Um, but the reason that newsletter platform lead pages are so nice is because you can make them, if your plan is high enough, like on ConvertKit. I think I pay like 29 a month, maybe 39 a month at ConvertKit, and I have access to all the lead pages, all the landing pages. So you can have all these providers have something called an incentive email. So you can make dedicated lead pages. It'll have a custom link. It'll probably be like mail.chimp or whatever. Then it'll be like slash, then your name or something. Um, then most of these platforms have a simple setup. Like it's called a welcome email. Typically, like if you can't find it online, like I linked stuff for ConvertKit because we use Constant Contact at Actually Agents, but I use ConvertKit for myself. So
Hmm.
like just look up like an incentive email for MailChimp or an incentive email for Constant Contact or anything like that. You even do welcome email, um, anything that's like a flow. So like I said, all of these, as far as I'm aware, I know MailChimp, Constant Contact, and ConvertKit all have integrated landing pages that have a ton of guides online how to just set up the landing page. You don't need it to be, like I said, people should go to your link knowing what to expect. You don't need to have your landing page be this, like an actual landing page is technically, you have the header title, then you have the content, then you go into the reviews, and like that's technically a landing page, but you don't need that because before people click this link, they should know what to expect. Like they should know the title of the book before they scan your QR code, wherever that might be. They should know what to expect. So really, you just need to find any way to set up a landing page that'll just collect. I like collecting name as well. It's like name, email, but you can just do email. Reason I like name is because you can like send out emails that say, "Hey Ryan," or "Hey Kristen," or "Hey Sean," or whatever. So like that's why I like collecting name. But again, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan,
What's up?
not to mention, but it looks badass when you get a new lead. Like I have a first time home buyers ebook that I just literally found. I rewrote it
Boom.
in ChatGPT, put my branding on it. And anytime I get a new lead through my funnel system, I send it to them, whether they read it or not. It's like, here's my ebook on first time home buyers.
Yeah,
Makes me look super professional.
exactly. That's another thing is you eventually, like, for instance, open house leads. They're hard to build trust with, at least on my side. I run open houses for a lot of real estate agents because I set up a form, I do all this stuff for them, I do a bunch of automation. But on my side, even with online leads, like it is hard to build trust with them because they're like, who are you? Like, I don't even know your face. Like, I've never seen you before. Like, what the heck? Why are you talking to me? So, like, that's another thing is these ebooks are a great way to build rapport because if it's relevant, if someone's actually looking at buying a home, and you saw them at your open house. You collected all these email addresses at your open house. You bought 100 Zillow leads the past 2 months or whatever that might be, and none of them closed. And all of them respond to you, and your only follow ups are, "Hey, are you still looking to buy? Like, how's it going? Like, what's up?" Like, if that's your only follow up, you're doing it wrong. Like, you should be sending them, "Hey, dude, I came across this thing, this article or whatever, and whatever it's like preparing your finances or comparing the top three mortgages or whatever that might be." Like I've literally sent leads that CFPB one, the free home loan toolkit that goes over, you know, you have three pillars. It tells you about credit reports. It tells you why you should go to multiple rates. Cause I'm like, I'm confident my rates are low. Compare me, like add me to the list of people to compare, and it's that builds that trust with people. And lead magnets are a great way because you can brand it yourself if you want. You can do whatever you want. So it's not only just to get people in, but it's also to build trust. And eventually, let's say you commit to making a lead magnet every 2 weeks, or you commit to making, I know there's a YouTube accountability thing over at BAM. So let's say they're doing a YouTube video 2 times a week. Pick one of those YouTube videos, uh, turn it into a lead magnet and send it out. So now, come a year down the line, you did it, once a week or whatever, you're going to have 52 lead magnets. You're going to have 26 lead magnets, whatever, time period you choose to do it in. And anytime someone has a specific problem, like, oh, I'm looking at this neighborhood, like, what do the streets look like? Boom, I have a YouTube video and I have this write up on the streets of the school system. Like, boom, like this is that exact county. You can see the best schools. You can see me walking around. You can see what the streets look like. Like, you can see what to expect when buying this house. Or maybe it's an open house lead. You're like, you just wrote something on this market and how crazy open houses are or how slow they are and how to position your offer based on that. Boom, send it to them. Like that is one of the slept on things with this whole system is it just adds to everything you're doing. Like for me, like I said earlier, is I got my newsletter. I'm not doing content yet, but it's coming to my new account. And like my newsletter is turning into, I wrote, my first one. Let me see if I'm not even gonna bother, but I wrote, it was like 600 words or something, and is all in lead magnets. I've got in about like 10 short form videos from that, all actionable steps. And then I wrote this ebook on it. Boom. I could even turn that into a YouTube video if I wanted. So, like, just from one idea, I'm getting all of these pieces of content and it just kind of adds. So then it's like I said, you do this consistently. Consistency has the greatest impact on anything. Come down a year down the line, you're building trust with every single person you contact because you have the knowledge and you have this. Someone looks at your Instagram and they're like, they scroll through your story highlights because you're like, click this or whatever. They're like, holy cow, this is crazy. Um, she's got, or yeah, she's got like all these crazy materials, and next thing you know, they sign up for one, and now they're seeing your face every week from your emails or whatever that might be. So that
So
is,
essentially, like you're getting them to the landing page, they're giving you their email, and then you're putting them into a drip campaign or like a weekly newsletter.
yeah, yeah. So you can also do you could do a funnel where it's like, for instance, someone puts your, like, okay, so Sharon, the president of Real, he has this, what's it, an agent power pack or something like that I signed up for. And he has it so that it's spaces it out over like 2 or 3 emails. So you can do that as well, where it's like, sign up for my 3-step home buying process. First week it's this, second week it's this, third week is this. You know, that is the opportunities are endless for what you could do with it. It's just like, this is my shining light. Like, my newsletter and my writing is my shining light because it leads into everything else I do. Like, when I talk to agents, I tell them, hey, you're not going to hear from me unless we got a deal going on, or I got something good for you. And something good for you is these write-ups. I'm like, yo, dude, I wrote something on lead magnets. Like, some agents I'm working with are seeing some great results. Over here, we've got an X, Y, and Z. It's super easy, super actionable. Check it out. So that's pretty much it. I mean, anyone have any questions, anything along the lines of that?
Yeah, Mr.
Also,
Pigwee said that go ahead.
I was just gonna say, also what I love about these is how brief they are. Because like when you hear ebook, I think I'm gonna have to sit down and read like a 3-part Lord of the Rings. But like when I got the email and it's an ebook and I got through it so fast, it's very refreshing, right? So
No,
yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
everything in my opinion should be easy. Like, what is it? I saw like a home buyer's guide. It was like 36 pages, and it was just there's a ton of graphics, and it was just a little much. Um, so I tend to think that it needs to be long enough to be valuable, but it needs to be short enough that people actually consume it. Um, and that's where copywriting comes into play, lack of word fluff. You want to kind of make it actionable. It's like, that was, this whole thing, I could have made this probably 20 pages long, and I kind of skipped out on some parts that might have been valuable. But with just, okay, so technically there's technically only 7 pages, and one of them's kind of just like a purpose page. So in 7 pages, I was able to teach you guys how to create them, how to source them, how to find them online, what platform to pick, how to view it, then talk about landing pages, also the advertising part, and the long-term effects. Like, that is short, sweet, but actionable. And that's how I view everything, is otherwise no one's going to read it. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But I wouldn't dwell too hard on that, because if you want to get in front of a camera on YouTube and walk around a neighborhood and talk for 20 minutes, some people want that. So don't shy away from that.
Yeah, actually, I've seen a ton of videos lately. I've never been a YouTube person, but ever since Luca did that ChatGPT for YouTube thing, I've been using it for inspiration for blog posts. And as I'm walking through everything London, Ontario on YouTube, I'm watching all these videos of people literally just walking through downtown. There's no people narrating it. It's just like a video of somebody walking through downtown, and it's got like 10,000 views on it.
Yeah, exactly. Someone in the chat, I was just looking, someone said you can use ManyChat. So I was going to include ManyChat on here, but I decided to skip over it. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with ManyChat. You've seen it on Instagram. It's like, DM me the word pineapple and I'll send you whatever. So when someone sends you the word pineapple, it automatically goes through, and you could collect emails that way. That's another great way to do it. Go on nowbam.com. You just search ManyChat. They have like an entire guide on it. And you can do that as well. So in your story highlights, you post a cover of the ebook, you talk about what it's like, and then you say, DM me the word, whatever. And automatically goes through. But the only thing that we found at using ManyChat, or that I've kind of seen, is when you collect email addresses through ManyChat, it's a little icky. So what you want to do is have someone send you this word. Then it goes, hey, great. So you want me to send you whatever? They click yes, because that's opting in. Then you have, real quick, can I get your email? They give you your email. Then you say, hey, look, I'm going to email this to you, but just so you have it right away, here's the link. So you want to still collect their email address, but instead you collect it and then send them the link. So ManyChat's another great tool to use to
I
add
love
on to
that.
that.
That's like a way longer flow than I usually use. I'm like, DM me the word this, and I just send it right away. So
Well, it
I
depends.
like
Like,
that flowing.
I think at Actually Agents, we for Discord, I think Luca has it set up where they just send the word Discord, it just automatically sends the link, because we're not collecting email addresses, we're not doing anything crazy like that. So I think it also depends on what you're doing. But yeah, ManyChat is a great tool if whatever that might be. Yeah. Luca said we had Roger said we had a conversion issue. So we did. And that's kind of where we mess with it.
So you
Hey,
find
Ryan, I got
having a
something.
longer conversation gets you more.
The longer conversation I just said that was just to get the email address. If you don't want a landing page, you just want to send them the link to your PDF. Boom. I prefer the email method because when they want it, they're gonna put the correct email in.
Yeah.
Like, I like to know that my email got delivered to them, because you'll probably get a notification say, hey, this is an invalid email if someone puts the wrong one in for most places, or they'll tell you like, hey, nothing's sent, like we bounced. So if you see that, and so a lot of times someone might input their email wrong, or maybe they put @Gmail with 2 L's or 2 I's. Like, they might have did it wrong. So that's a chance for you to reach out to them and say, hey, sorry it didn't send out right away. Looks like there's an issue with the email or whatever. Can I just confirm this is the correct email? And then you just send it over. So like that's why I like the email method. And I do that at open houses, because at open houses I have it set up. Also, this is a great skill to learn, because if you don't want someone like me, you don't want a broker hosting your open houses. But what we do, and I do for the agents that I work with, is we have it set up so when someone puts in their email address and their phone number, they automatically get an email with the floor plan and a link, a text message with like the listing information and things they need to expect and just different things like that. So that basically means that they won't lie on the open house form, because our agent, or one of the agents I work with, they stand at the door like, show me either the email or the text message you just got, and we'll let you in, because liability issue, want to make sure they're keeping a log of people are going in, because it's better for the seller, whatever wordage you want to use on it. That is what I have also used this skill set for. So like, this entire skill set and everything in this is just super valuable, like from a base level, because if you want to get nitty and
Use it
gritty,
in so many different ways.
Yeah, it'll take you a bit longer to get to that point, but it's just good to know, like, hey, you just filmed a video on the NAR situation, or maybe you were a guest speaker somewhere, and you're like, I really want to send this to my audience, but I think I should probably collect the emails. Then, boom, you know how to do it. It takes you 10 minutes.
Is anybody here, obviously besides Roger, Penguini, and Ryan, using lead magnets and landing pages to collect information? And if you are, would you be willing to come chat with us about what types of stuff you're using? Like, are you doing ebooks and newsletters, or has anybody got any ideas of other things you can offer?
I am.
Tell us about it.
So I do a bit different approach. So I have a background in tech, and I'm in the boonies. So there's a huge homeschool population out here. So I've kind of stepped away from real estate specific stuff to, hey, here's what you can add to the community. And I've been collecting emails that way. And through that, they find out I'm a real estate agent. I've already made a personal connection with them by offering free services or whatever. But they've seen me in person, they've met me, and so they feel more comfortable referring me out to other people in the community I never had met before, nor would have met, because not very many people in the boonies are interested in 3D printing technology.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to build trust with people that don't already know you.
To add, James, he literally, he got into some Facebook group with a ton of teachers, or I know James personally from the Discord, and he did a giveaway for some 3D printers for school. And
yes,
you got what, like 300 emails from that? It's like that right there. If you have an idea and you're like, dude, I'm geeking over these 3D printers, like, this would be awesome if my kid learned this in school. Well, go give 5 of them to the school and collect emails while doing it. And, boom. Like that. Now you know how to set the landing page for it. You can do a giveaway across the schools, whatever that might be.
Yeah, I just set up a super simple landing page of this is my 3D printer giveaway. You just have to give me your email address and verify that you're actually in my community. So I actually got their physical address too. And through that, I got 300 emails. I got invited to a private Facebook group of over 5,000 homeschool parents throughout the state of Arizona. And then I just got invited to another with 12,000 in Colorado because I'm licensed in both states.
That's awesome.
James, can you DM me or Kristen your email? We're gonna have you on an episode talking about that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We just you can't say no.
You
that's
just said
good.
hell yeah.
Oh, darn. Twist my arm, why don't you?
Did anyone have any questions? I heard someone was about to talk previously. Happy to get into it. I can talk about email marketing. I could go deeper into lead magnets, whatever that might be.
It's a quiet
like
crowd today.
I have something.
Silent. If it's silent, that means it's good.
I heard Luca.
I have something that not a question, because Ryan is the GOAT at lead magnets and we do use them, but I wanted to bring the conversation back to how you started this, Ryan, with how it could complement an agent's traditional market. The lead magnet isn't the end all be all of your marketing, but it is a great tool in the toolbox. So let me give you guys an idea. Let's say you're doing postcard mailers once a quarter, or you have a 10-week farming system where you send a postcard out every single week. If you think about that, that's kind of passive marketing. You're going high volume, bulk, sending it out. Let me send out 10 postcards over 10 weeks, and whoever calls me, great, right? Then picking up the phone and calling you, hey, I want to find out what my house is worth, or hey, I want to go buy something. That's a big leap for the consumer, right? So in a lot of times, the postcards, they're just acting as nurturing, branding, getting your face out into the farm. Add a lead magnet onto your postcard with a QR code for something that's a little less intense of a step for them to take, right? Let's say I'm 3 years out from selling my house, or 2 years out. I know my husband's going to retire in 3 years, or my wife's going to retire, and I want to start thinking about this stuff. I put a couple examples in the chat here, but 10 home renovations that can increase your sales price when it's time to sell, right? Scan the QR code, enter your email. I'll email you the ebook. This is something that can easily be put on your postcard. And whereas these people, they're 3 years out, they never would have called you until they were, maybe a month or 2 months out. But now they have this non-intrusive, I don't have to talk to a person, but I can get valuable information. And you already have their address. Now you have their email address. So they're still going to get the postcards from you, which are costing you 50 cents a piece or whatever. But now they'll get your weekly email where you're giving out local events, local things going on. And that costs you $0. So now your branding and your farming has become more effective because you're incorporating these lead magnets into your traditional marketing methods. So that's just one idea for you guys to get your
Boom.
brain thinking. So not to steal your thunder.
No, I was going to say you couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what I was trying to get at with that.
And Ryan, real quick, I'm literally out at a potential client's house right now, raking their pine needles.
Wait, you're raking pine needles?
Yes, for
You could have dropped an ebook on how they could rake it themselves. Haven't you been listening to any of this? How to operate 10 ways to operate a rake. 8 will surprise you. Like, come on, James. What are you doing here, man?
All right, BuzzFeed. But yeah, like it's an older lady. She blew out her back, helping out with just basic yard work. I guarantee I'm going to get referrals from this.
Now here's Luca looking like an asshole telling her to go rake her own goddamn lawn or whatever.
I always put my foot. It's all right. They always end up having some sob story that makes me contemplate my life's decision.
That old lady just figured out MySpace last week. She can't figure out a freaking ebook.
Before I kind of close off the lead magnets, if no one's got any questions, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to grill some of you guys on this, because I put in there in my ebook in a link to a CFPB guide, home loan toolkit, If you are too lazy to go film a YouTube video, make your own lead magnet, set it up, dude. It doesn't matter. Should be like, hey, you can compare your top 3 loan things. It kind of gives you, a bit of a home buying, foot in the right step. Or go on the CFPB. They have like 1,000 different downloadable resources. Or go on any reputable source and just set it up. You don't even need your name on it. Who cares? Just collect their email address, have it in your thing, put it in your Instagram bio, put it in your Instagram stories, maybe send it out to your current newsletter, whatever that might be. But like, this is simple. It's just a matter of doing it. It'll take you, significantly longer than it'll take you significantly longer the first time. It'll probably take you 5 times longer the first time, maybe 2 times longer the second time, and it'll be super easy the third. So just get it over with. It'll take you, like I said, if you sat down and just get it done, you could probably knock it out, set up a newsletter platform. If you already have one, set up a lead page, set up the automation, copy the link from that home loan toolkit, send it to your Instagram, and you could have it done in easily an hour and a half, if not sooner. So now next time I ask if you guys want to see how I film my Instagram videos or edit them and teach my editor to do that, you guys can vote for that because it'll make me feel better. So,
Forman,
what's
before I
that?
ask you what kind of conditioner you use in your hair, tell us a little bit about Nurturely.
Nurturely. Okay, so I added a few shills at the end of my lead magnet, but Nurturely, if you were here when Luca was doing presentation a couple weeks ago, that is our what do we even want to call it? That is our free follow-up service for real estate agents. So because I work as a mortgage broker, my company, we offer a system where we have trained cold callers. Let's say you have 1,000 leads, 2,000 leads in your CRM that haven't been touched since 2009. We'll touch them. So we basically just, we have personalized cold calling, do a buy till they die. We work on the financing side of things. So it's all performance based. And yeah, you get the pleasure of working with me on that. So Nurturely is a great tool to use.
Horrible shill, Forman. Horrible shill. It's free. It's completely free. It's no cost to the real estate agents.
Yeah.
You got to mention that.
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it was free.
No,
Yeah, it's our trademark. It's performance based.
You put no showmanship behind it. But
it's
yeah.
not a
It's
natural.
okay, Forman. I
shiller.
thought you did a great job. You can come work for me. I won't treat you like that.
Yeah.
I can't pay you though. I have no money.
Okay, we need to link up with Mode and get the Canadian version of Nurturely running because I feel like all of us here could so use that.
I have all the links, and then actually for you guys in Ontario, because Pineapple Mortgage is based in Ontario, we do these really, really, really comprehensive market updates. You guys actually get more Ontario specific data than I do for BC, but that's okay because they cover all of Canada's real estate market. And then they go province by province and explain kind of everything. It's cut down my daily reading by about 3 hours, just having access to this and having someone literally on staff that their whole job is to make graphics. So yeah, if you guys ever want assistance on that, it's actually why I'm here today, because our market update isn't happening today because they have this huge Pineapple Exchange event in person tomorrow, but I wasn't able to fly out to Ontario for it. So they're doing their market update live tomorrow. So I was able to actually join.
Nice. I think like what Luca and Ryan are doing, like having that free lead follow-up, if we could build something like that here. Oh my God,
Good.
so
I
many
have
agents do that.
full database management if you're interested, and other agents in other provinces do it as well. It's one of the services that Pineapple offers, and I think that's amazing, Ryan, because so many brokers like sleep on that opportunity. It's our job to pre-qualify everyone and get those leads ready to go. If we can hand something hot to a realtor, it's even better, right? They're ready to
Exactly.
go. This is their budget. Take them shopping right now, and then they just show up on your
Yep.
plate, so to speak, right?
That's
I
exactly
think that's definitely missed out on a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know what a province is, that's a Canadian version of a state.
So
Thank you, Sean.
one of my big things with this, I told Kristen, I would love to get you guys to follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be rolling out. I'll show you guys. It's the content I was kind of alluding to, and I was saying, man, kind of ashamed I didn't get to teach you guys, but eventually I'll get around and I'll probably make an ebook.
Do you want to
on
come back
making-
in December? I had a cancellation the second week of December, and you can come back and do videos with us. I
But
think
let me
everybody
real
here would
quick,
love
let me show you guys. And this is my old account. So it's coming to my new one. So my new one looks very plain right now, but you know, let me refresh it. Boom. Wait. So I, you know, trained up an editor to kind of do stuff like this, cool edits. And then even if you go, like I do Andrew Ragusa.
Yes, I only
So,
see his, and I can tell because you guys have pictures of
so
each other.
Andrew, I'm doing this series with him where he goes over cities and stuff. So you can see, are you thinking about moving to Long Island? Boom. And then just wait. It goes, you know, you have all these, you have the city, goes, there's some cool animations that kind of come into it. But like this is what I kind of built some processes for. I trained up an editor. Once you kind of find the editor that you like, it's super easy, pretty cost efficient. Like there's even some animations that'll probably come up. I think there's one, maybe it's this one. Yeah, like it points out all the parks and the hiking trails and stuff. So I would really appreciate if you guys gave me a follow on my new account before I start rolling out. I'm going to start rolling out content in that style for, you know, lead magnets, marketing, and that's kind of the route I'm going into. I'm not going into a hardcore mortgage route. I'm going more into the marketing side of things, and I'm sure I'll have a little bit of mortgage stuff on there, but I am, you know, being associated with actually agents. That's just kind of where my skill set is. But I'm going to shill this. So I would really appreciate if you guys gave me a follow, and that shows me you guys like the class that I'm giving, and you'll stay updated. And you'll be able to see I'm rolling out some different lead magnet marketing strategies. I have a few ideas I'm going to play with. So you guys will also be able to see that as it kind of comes to fruition. So
Amazing. Actually, hang on. I think Rich had a question.
yeah,
Rich, just hop in. Don't worry about raising your hand.
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
What up?
For Nurturely, if you're getting seller leads, I mean, I obviously know how buyer leads help you out. You're pre-approving for mortgage, but what about like seller leads? Are you handing those back for free as well?
Yeah, so we actually don't even compete with people. So on our cold calling, our cold callers, they'll call, they'll collect information. And if the person is already pre-approved, has already talked to a lender, or if obviously they say, hey, we're looking to list, like we need to talk to a real estate agent, we have a system where the cold callers click, you know, set an appointment. They set an appointment with you. It goes over right away. Then if there is a seller lead where they haven't been pre-approved, automatically they're going to the lender first. And then a lot of times, you know, you go through this race and you're trying to build trust with them. You're trying to kind of get them approved and kind of build that rapport. A lot of these people as well, I'm sure you guys are kind of seeing it recently, is a lot of first-time home buyers, then they're being scared once they see that monthly payment because they're like, oh, maybe it's a good time. And then it's like, oh, no. So, you know, we kind of keep you updated through that. And then I've been building out, you know, every week I try to do a review preview, which I do this for most of my agents that I'm working with. I'm getting it to become more efficient. So I'm shooting for every week, but right now it's like every other week. But it's, you know, all ongoing deals. Then we go all deals that we reactivated, and then we have deals that you've either referred me or ongoing deals. So like that's a review preview. Kind of then we preview into what we're doing the next week. And yeah, that's kind of how we operate over here. So
basically you're showing the agents like these are the calls kind of we made on your behalf, any connections you've made, or
yeah. I only show the leads that we react, so like that I've talked to, because sometimes I'm sure if you guys have bought Zillow leads, you've experienced some of these interesting characters. So like if we've talked to them, we've built rapport, and we've said, hey, you know, what's your I'm pretty simple. I just like to know what people's goals are and how I can help them. And then I kind of proceed from there. Hey, bad credit. Let me take a look at it. Then we send you an update like, hey, sometimes we have, again, interesting Zillow characters that are like, I just wanted to know what the monthly payment range was, and I didn't want to give you any information. I don't even want to tell you what my name is. So it's like, you know, it goes back and forth, but I'm the person that kind of keeps you guys updated, and I'm your main contact at Nurturely for anything along the lines of that. So
awesome. Thanks, man.
Perfect. And then also let me add on my Instagram bio, but this is also my link tree. There'll be stuff added to that, but you can find Nurturely through there. We also, Kristen, how we kind of built rapport with everyone is she comes on our weekly masterminds, not to steal you guys to another mastermind, but at Actually Agents and everything we built. We have a Discord community with about, how many members? We're almost at 9,000 members. We're like 8,500, a bit over that. And then most of them are licensed agents, and it's just a free community. So come by every Thursday. We have a mastermind. We have a ton of different events as well, health events. We have a coach in there, a ninja selling coach. If you guys have ever heard of Ninja Selling Podcast or whatever book, Matt Benelli, he's our in-house coach. He's a great dude. He's got a dedicated channel. So like whatever.
The coaching calls in the morning every Tuesday and Thursday morning. I don't always make Tuesday, but Thursday I always make sure I do because it's like it runs half an hour before I walk into the gym every Thursday morning. So it's really good motivation. And the Thursday night mastermind is always awesome. I don't think I miss a few of them, but not very often. But I always take at least one thing away from them.
It's good because it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what you guys Canadians use for time, if I'm being
We're
honest,
all
but
over. We're same.
so, and then we have West Coast 4:30 p.m. So a lot of times it's pretty late. So people are getting their drinks, they're getting off office. We're just talking about, what's working, share any wins. Or, the other day we had someone talking about they already had a client trying to get the NAR situation. They didn't want to offer the buyer anything. So it's cool. It's a good community over there. So I put my link tree. You should be able to find the Discord on there. Let me click it real fast. Gray Real Estate Business on Discord, and then reactivate old leads. And then if you guys want, I do send out my week. I know this has been a very long shill, so I apologize, you guys. But you'll get the lead magnet. I know Kristen is sharing it in the Facebook group, but if you sign up there, you'll get the lead magnet. You'll also start getting my marketing emails. And again, I'll probably end up, my main points are kind of diving into lead magnets, video creation, and kind of as I progress through that. So that'll be your, if you want to keep hearing from me, and if you find anything valuable, everything I do is in the same writing style as well. So it, all pretty actionable.
Ryan, you're awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Anyone have any other questions? Anything along the lines of that? I know I've been talking a lot up here, but I hope you guys found it valuable. So
extremely. I could ask you questions all day, but I know people got to go. But we will have you on again, 1,000%.
Yeah, anytime. I need to try to make it more. It's just hard. I'm West Coast, so it's 9 a.m. over here. So 9 a.m. on a Monday. I'm yeah, you know what I mean.
You don't even have to wake up early to be successful anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm usually, it's like you got the Monday rush. You're like, hey, here's my you got client call in, you have agent call in, whatever. It's
that's why we do Mondays, so it motivates you for the week.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys.
Before appointments, you get it?
Yeah. Before appointments mastermind. That's good. I actually didn't think about that. Is that why it's on Monday?
Yeah.
That's good. I do like that. I didn't even put that together.
And then between appointments will eventually be the podcast, but for now it's a meme page.
That's what I thought. I thought between appointments, when I was reading before appointments, I didn't even really think about it. I was like, it's their mastermind, but now it makes sense. I like
and then
that.
after appointments is just when we act like idiots on Instagram Live on Thursday nights.
Yeah, before appointments is setting you up for the week. Between appointments is memes to laugh during your appointments, and then
that's
after
good. I
appointments,
do like that.
Shit.
I do like that. That's good. I know I don't know if I've talked to between appointments much.
He's in here. He's always in here. He just never
speaks. He's a
speaks.
strong silent type.
Yeah. I always see him around, and I like his I like what he's got going on. So good stuff. All right, guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. You're getting lots of love in the comments.
The Thursday night event, they go live on Instagram. Kristen goes live on Instagram, but on Discord, we go live on Discord, stage channel, usually 20, 30, 40 people up there. Depends. Yeah. Thank you, Luca. We have a meeting soon, so I'll shade you there. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Let me know. I'd love to come back and the next time I actually get to talk about my video editing, because I know Kristen wanted it. And that's why I
I'm
wanted to do it,
dying
because she had
for
been
that.
messaging me. She's like, "Where's your editor? Give me your editor." I'm like,
I'd love to hear more about the editing as well.
yeah. No,